Jim again. I'd like to just leverage a little bit of that earlier discussion on character development. And I would call this, for lack of a better term, writing with emotion. Now, one of the things I found was as I develop characters, as I develop the situations, I want to be able to craft the words where a reader identifies with the character, feels something from the situations being described, or the character is described accurately where they're feeling, the emotional response they have to whatever event they're in comes out from the words and comes out from the story. In one instance, I chose to work a separate incident that takes place along the trail during these sacred lands for a wagon train that a couple of the wagons are fallen behind. They're at a wagon train station or a stagecoach station that's attacked. It's attacked by renegade Indians. And it's devastating, as you would expect. Now, along the way, what takes place is prior to that attack, one of the women, and it's a European family, a German family, she hides all the little children. There's a half a dozen of them out there. She hides all the little children farther out in the prairie away from the station and has a 12-year-old kind of sit on top of them to make sure that they don't make any noise and they stay quiet and they stay, no matter what they hear, they stay in their one location. What takes place, as you would expect, is there's a massacre at the station. Almost everybody, except for some of the women who've been captured, are dead. And a cavalry patrol led by the main character, Joshua Tremaine McKenzie, is on their way on a patrol and headed towards Mahon's men's station, which they see the smoke on the distance, and they know something bad has happened. Two of the scouts that are out forward see some children walking through the prairie. And it's a description now of how do they react to finding children just in this wide open prairie. What do the children look like? And how to accurately describe, how would you describe children who have been in the prairie on their own for the last 2 days, possibly, and now they decide to walk away because everything's been quiet for a while, and they are moving essentially down a trail. How do the cavalrymen react? How do the children look? If you were sitting out there as a child, if you saw children sitting out there and they were out there for 24 or 48 hours on their own, after they discovered everybody else had been killed, and they now were walking down the trail, they would be dirty, they would be soiled, they would have soiled themselves, they were without water for 2 days, they were without food for 2 days. A lot of crying was going on for the smaller children. Now, one of the things I used in this to my advantage was I belong to a writer's group. When you read your paragraphs, when you read your chapter in front of a writing group, they are well-established authors in many, many cases, and you seek that help. You seek that critique as, am I hitting the right notes? Am I getting the emotional response? Are the words correct? And those groups go a long way to help shaping what you're writing. So I try to write with emotion. I tried to write with emotion for many of the events that took place in these sacred lands. I'll do the same with Tremaine when it comes out this summer, and I encourage you to take a look at the book and see if I've hit the mark, the same way I asked you to do for characters. So I'll talk to you later.